What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion, it's Tuono time. Well, it's Tuono time and it's time for our first mods because I want to take the bike for a ride and I will not do it without radiator and oil cooler guards. We have the Evotech radiator and oil cooler guards over here. We're also going to be doing our NRC Fender eliminator and our TWM fuel cap and also one other piece that we're going to put on the bike that I'm going to save it to the end. So you guys keep watching the video. I don't know if you guys are going to guess it or not, but wait till the end to see that last thing that I'm going to do on this bike. Less talking, more working. Let's get to it. Let's put these things on and then let's see how that fender eliminator will look on this bike because I think it's going to really clean it up. Well, we already hit a little snag and this is why we buy these bikes. Number one, I really like working on them. Number two, we want to give you guys consumer advice, but I want to remind you guys, these are never instructional videos on how to install your parts. We're just showing you guys the process of the build. But here we have the Evotech radiator guard and here we have the DH83 radiator guard. In the beginning, we used Evotech because we thought we're not going to have this issue with the Evotech that we had with the DH83. And what's the issue? So our lower panel is here and this is our radiator guard. When we put it against the bike, it doesn't exactly sit like this because this actually is recessed more inside and this is the lip that's on our lower fairing panel and it interferes with the lower part of the radiator guard. I mean, these radiator guards have been the same fitment since I believe 2009. I hope I got it right. And we had the same issue with the DH83 and that's why we ordered in our Evotech. This is a very simple fix, but I wanted to see if there was a true plug and play solution for the radiator guards because we thought the Evotech one's going to fit because it comes with a bracket for here and we don't have to notch our lower fairing, which is a fairly simple process for us to do. It's not the case. You have to do it for both the bikes. We looked at the instructions from Evotech as well. And furthermore, to install the Evotech, we got to take all the side fairings apart. I kind of don't feel like doing that. And also, I think when I put it over top of each other, maybe the DH83 has a little less of a mesh block in the radiator. It means there's more airflow, but both of them are great. If you like the design of the hexagons, go with the Evotech, but be warned that you got to remove your side panels and you still are going to need to notch your lower fairing panel on a 2021 or a newer Tuono V4 1100. Either way, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to put this against here, make my marks, notch the lower radiator panel, and then I'm going to go on with the install and we're going with the DH83 on this one. Well, we just test fitted it and it works. If you're not scared of using a little bit of a Dremel, or I mean, there's other ways that you could probably cut this plastic piece that's down here too. This fits perfectly on here and we were able to tighten the bolts. I took it off because obviously before I put everything back on, I'm gonna have to put the oil cooler guard on and then we'll put this on. I'm almost tempted even just to cut all this off to get all this mesh off of here so that we have the upper and lower mesh so we don't have double mesh here. We're going to eventually replace this with the carbon one and then that one we could really easily remove the mesh from it anyways. So we're going to leave it as it is. I want to get this bike ready and out for a ride as soon as possible because I'm really excited. It's been a while that I've ridden a Tuono V4 and I've yet to ride this thing, believe it or not. Well, the NRC Fender eliminator is on. It's not plugged in yet. Let me just go ahead and do the honors of plugging this thing in. There's a lot of wiring under here. It's not like there's anything else that I think would fit in here. But let's do this. I plugged it in. Let's put the seat back over here. Grab our key from, not there. I got my key. Let's see if the turn signal, I'm signaling right. I'm signaling left. Does this thing have all-way flashers? It does not. Okay, so, and then the license plate light's working too. So now that I know everything is working, I'm just gonna put the seat back and put our tail back. The next is the TWM fuel cap. The tail is all cleaned up. Now let's do the TWM fuel cap. A little quick info, the fuel caps on these bikes are the same as the Panigale V4. Installation is almost identical. The fuel cap on the Aprilia RS340 and Tuono are two-piece, the fuel cap and the flange. So what we're gonna do is we're first gonna remove the fuel cap with the flange because they're together, and then separate the flange, attach it to the TWM fuel cap, and then attach it to the motorcycle. So this is the complete fuel cap assembly. The flange is the bottom part. And if you paid attention, I just left the gasket on the bike, and there's 5 Phillips screws that I'm gonna remove from the flange to separate the flange from the fuel cap. And then we're gonna use the hardware that TWM sent to us and put it back on the bike. I think there's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to install these, because over the years it was a big mystery or a question, but even though TWM comes with instructions, exactly doesn't say word by word what to do. But now, thanks to YouTube, I'm sure most of us just search YouTube for installation instructions. And now this thing should come apart just like this. And this piece around here is just a trim piece, this trim gasket. I'm gonna keep it on. So here's how you're supposed to do it. You have these nuts that come with it. Just insert your nuts in the back like this. Now it's official, guys. Let me put it in the ignition. I just want to check out the rear end of the bike really quick too, because I just installed this NRC Fender eliminator. I mean, it's looking great. It's pretty much the first thing that everybody does on a bike. Just putting a fender eliminator, especially something as clean as this, changes the look of the bike so much. And all it needs is a license plate. I'll be registering the bike between now and next video, where I'll be taking this out for its first ride ever. I'm pretty excited. I haven't ridden a Tuono for a while, but our first mods are done. We did our radiator old cooler guards, our NRC fender eliminator, our TWM fuel cap, and obviously the Motomillion keychain, guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.